Hi, Diana Zinal here from the Franklin County Chamber of Commerce, continuing with our interviews of chamber members and how they're adapting to COVID. I'm so happy to be joined by Kim Williams from Jaduke. Jaduke is quite an operation. I can't really put you in one category, right?
Yes.
Um, of what type of business you are. So I am absolutely fascinated by your business model. So tell people who might not be familiar with Jaduke, um, everything that you guys are doing over there.
Sure, yeah. So Jaduke is it was first a performing arts center, and we did production. So we do weekly classes in singing, dancing, and acting. We have about 350 students in our performing arts center. We then grew to become a performing arts preschool. We have about 100 students in our performing arts preschool, which is also just normal EEC daycare. That's for infants through pre-K. And then we also have, we just built in September. We opened on Friday the 13th, September. I don't know if that's doomsday now, but we did open a new theater, 530 seat theater, state of the art. And so now we produce all of our shows and other people's shows in this theater. And then we also have a driving school, like where we teach teenagers how to drive. And then we also have a theatrical backdrop company where we rent backdrops out to other people who are doing shows and productions. So it is a humongous place over there, lots of people in and out all the time. And it certainly has grown. We've been in business for over 20 years, so it's certainly grown to something crazier than we would have thought. So.
It's totally unbelievable. So we should mention it's in Turner's Falls. It's near the airport in the industrial park.
Yep.
And I had the chance to tour it, I think last summer,
Yep.
with you and your dad. It's just unbelievable. First of all, the preschool is just fabulous and buzzing with excitement and activity. It was really fun. I was there during the day. The babies were sleeping, so I didn't get to go into that room, but went through the other rooms, and certainly, and that's also the dance space. So it's this transition. You can transition it from daytime to your evening classes with these really innovative pieces of storage units and stuff. It was real. I was fascinated. And then we also went all up through your prop
Yes.
storage, which was so fun. It's kind of spooky. There's like masks looking at you and stuff, but that was really just tremendous. And all the backdrops
Yes.
that are massive was really interesting. And then of course I rave about the theater. So it's beautiful, Kim. It is absolutely beautiful. It's comfortable. I've gone to two performances there. We went to see Annie and absolutely just loved it. And we went to see To Kill a Mockingbird, which was really terrific. I had tickets for the Blues Brothers revival, which had to be postponed because of what we're going through. But we had plans to maybe have a chamber event there when you're doing Chicago. We'll have to be optimistic and hope that maybe in the summer that can still happen. But I would certainly urge people to go online and look at the programming that you do, because there's really something for everybody on there in terms of the performances that you have lined up. And the chamber is, obviously, we also work on tourism things, and arts and culture is something that we know that people come to Franklin County for. So I think that theater, that new theater, is really going to be a great addition to that. So things have changed. And I'm curious to know, obviously you must be shut down. So if maybe talk about, that had to be a tough decision. You have families relying on the daycare. That decision was made for you. But, maybe talk a little bit about that and how you're still trying to support your families. And
Sure, yeah. So ironically, we closed 6 months to the date after we opened, which was another Friday the 13th,
I know.
March 13th. So I don't know, my
Right.
dad really didn't want to do the show on that date, and maybe he was right. But yeah, I don't blame us for coronavirus. I don't think it was our fault. But yeah, so we shut down. Basically, the governor made the decision for us. We were above the capacity that he was given for people getting together. So we had to shut pretty much everything down. The driving school went on for a little bit longer because it was one-on-one instruction, so that could go on a little bit longer, but it only lasted about a week after that. So we quickly moved our dance center onto virtual classes. So we've been doing Zoom classes for 5 weeks now. It's really, really great to just even connect with the kids and for the teachers to see each other, for the kids to see each other. So we are rehearsing over Zoom right now. We're rehearsing 4 different shows. We're rehearsing James and the Giant Peach, which was supposed to be we were at Tech Week when we closed. So that's ready to go. Yep, we're still rehearsing that by Zoom. We're rehearsing our JCPA showcase, which is like a recital. They've learned all of their routines for that on Zoom, which is incredible.
Wow.
If we ever can do, I get goosebumps. If we ever can do that, it's going to be such an epic thing for them to learn something over virtual and then perform, you know. And then we're rehearsing 101 Dalmatians and High School Musical. So these were all things that we were doing when we shut down. So we're continuing to rehearse those over Zoom. And the plan is that when we can open, we have a whole, at least, you know, month to 2 months of programming ready to go. We just have to get on the stage, tech it, and go. And
That's
then in
great.
between, yeah, and in between then anything that like the Blues Brothers and stuff like that we had to move, we will kind of insert in between those dates so that we can get things rolling again. And then in terms of the driving school, we just launched our first virtual online class this April break. So we did 30 hours of classroom. Our curriculum is incredible. And we had about 20 students in the online class, and it was great. People loved it, very interactive. And we're probably going to do that again in May. So that's all transitioned onto online. The RMV is closed, so like no road tests, no drive time, but we're doing what we can in terms of classroom time. And then in terms of the preschool, we just sort of reach out to the kids and we give songs on the internet and that kind of stuff. We're just staying in touch. But, you know, I think there might come a time when we're going to virtually do a show if this goes on for too long, where we video things, we edit them together and we stream a show. That's been in the works. And then the other big thing that my brother owns Next Level Music Academy, which is housed in Jaduk, and we're collaborating. My Jaduk Center and the Next Level Music Academy is collaborating. We're asking people to give us sentences about what COVID has meant to them or what they've learned, and we're going to take these sentences and put them into an original song. And then we're going to, and then we're going to try to record it over Zoom with different artists. And then we're going to try to kind of branch out and create a dance that will go with this original song and then have like a virtual release. So I think that will be super cool to just give people a way to like express what they're feeling through art, music, dance, or whatever. I'm just a way for people to connect that like we're all feeling very similarly. We're all feeling pretty isolated and hopeless and sad sometimes, but happy to be with our family, you know. So it's just a way for people to express all these different feelings that they're feeling, and art is such a good way to do that. So
yeah, absolutely. I think people will be really so excited about being able to go to performances, and you know, again, that artistic you know, interaction that we all crave in some form, whether you're a music lover or you like performances, or you like museums or whatever. There's a lot missing from our lives right now, and it's really nice that people like you are trying to find, you know, creative ways to still engage your students, but also I love that you're thinking about how to engage the community, and you know, maybe people who didn't know much about Jaduk before. Also, you touched on, you know, listing some of the programming that you do. I love that it's so varied. There's obviously a lot of things for kids, which makes perfect sense because you are an organization that is working with kids from when they're in diapers to when they can drive out your driveway, literally, on their own, that first taste of independence for them. And beyond with the dance school. I'm sure that you have older kids there. And I want to just take a sidetrack. That one thing I love with the performances I've seen is you use all local talent.
mm-hmm.
And that is, I was just absolutely blown away by the talent I saw in both of those performances, and knowing that all of those people are here locally, actors for To Kill a Mockingbird and performers for Annie. Unbelievable. So anyway, we're really excited about Jaduk getting back. And, you know, this theater is so big that even if there's a phased, you know, this is a phased, you know, way for us to get back to our old life. You know, I would think that you'd be able to still do performances with quite a few people there. I mean, 530 seats is a lot. And there's room for people to sit about the theater. And there certainly is not a bad seat in that theater. Oh, it's phenomenal. It's so beautiful.
And
So
we've talked, we've talked a lot about, us being adaptable and being willing, and the community being willing to do whatever is necessary to bring these types of things back to their lives and their kids' lives and that kind of thing. So even if it's, hey, we can have a whole theater workshop this summer, well, we got to do it outside.
Hmm.
I'm willing, and I'm ready. And so I think it's also just a matter of allowing whatever the boundaries are that are set, that we're willing to adapt to them, and maybe being willing to know that, like, it's not going to be extremely comfortable at first, and it might feel awkward, and it might not be what we're used to, but it's something, and it's a way for us to start the process. And so I think that's been something that has been, a lesson that I've learned and kind of grown into, is that, like, you have to start somewhere, and you have to be willing to do things that you don't necessarily want to do or are comfortable doing, but you have to do them. And so I think the theater is going to be one of those growing pains where we're going to do baby steps to getting to a place where people can come to the theater again, and we're willing to do that, and we hope people are willing to do that too.
Well, the very, the diversification of what you offer there makes it clear that Jaduke is adaptable. And I
Yeah.
don't have any doubt that you're going to be able to adapt to this and serve the community. I really want to thank you. You care for the young. You're teaching younger people, and as they grow up, all this, performing arts and singing and dancing, and it's really, you really are a business that contributes to your community in such a positive way. And as the chamber is just so proud to have you on as members, and we're so grateful for everything that you do. People, I don't know if they'll remember, but you did a little performance, sort of a surprise performance at our Christmas or our holiday breakfast that we do, that just raised the roof on
So
on the dining hall at Deerfield Academy. It was really terrific. They came in and did a number. No one knew there was a little stage set up, and they came in and did this really great number from Annie, and everybody loved it. It was so much fun. So you bring a lot of joy and a lot of fun
yeah.
to this community, and we appreciate it, and we look forward to you being back. Is there anything else you wanted to add before we wrap up?
I don't think so. I am doing a free princess class online for little ones on May 1st at 10 a.m. It's on Facebook, it's on Instagram. It has like a meeting ID to it, and it's just a fun way and princes are definitely welcome to, whoever. But you're just going to come dressed up, and we're going to do some scavenger hunt and dancing and singing, and just a fun way for parents to allow their little ones to engage. Because I know that's the hardest age, is that, that toddler, there's not much for
Mhm.
them to do, and they're very reliant on their parents right now. So yeah, next Friday, 10 a.m., we're going to do a little free princess class in
That's
this.
so fun. Can
Yeah. So
grown-ups do it?
yeah. So if
It's like
anyone wants to
Princess
join,
Diana. I mean, that's, yeah.
yeah, you're in.
That's really great. Again, that effort, that making that effort and recognizing, who needs you the most and adapting to that is just so fantastic. And you're right about that age group being tough, and those parents are trying to work at home, a lot of them, maybe who've never done that before, and the weather hasn't exactly cooperated with, there's not a lot of ways for them to burn off energy except
So
inside the house. Hopefully that's going to turn around a little bit in the weeks
yeah,
to come. But we look forward to Jaduke, like all our chamber members, being able to open again and provide all that you do to the community. So Kim, thank you so much for coming on today. I hope people will visit the website and look at some
yeah.
of your programming out in the later part of the year, and do yourself a favor and buy tickets to a Jaduke performance, because you will not be sorry. We have enjoyed them tremendously. So thank you
Awesome.
so much, Kim,
Thank
and
you.
be well,
All right.
stay healthy. Tell your dad I said hi.
I will. All right. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.